Hello, stream. Hello, gamers. Welcome to my Deltarune Theory stream. I will give you gamers a minute to join before I give all my incredible thoughts. Why do I have 7 viewers? That's okay. I think maybe I should just get started. How is my volume sounding? I won't be looking a lot of chat because I don't want well, because I don't have chat open right now, to be honest. But tell me how the audio is, and I will proceed and get on with my theories. Oh, stream elements, my favorite. Stop! No, no, Stella, get out! You embarrass me. Oh, better. Okay. So, seeing as I will be playing Deltarune Chapter 5 in about a few hours, probably, after the Norway-Brazil match, World Cup, I thought I should give some of my thoughts. I promised everyone watching my last Deltarune stream that next time there will be a theory stream, and that will be soon. But it wasn't soon. It's been over a year. But we are here now. We are here, and I am prepared. I've been prepared. No, don't go, Stella. No, only if your entire family. Okay. Anyways, yes. So this is my theories before I get started with chapter 5. In a few hours. So I think I will just get into it, honestly. And start off my first theory. So now, first of all, we gotta have a word about this. Because, okay, Gaster. WD. Wingdings Gaster. Why is he so relevant, but so irrelevant? Where is he? Where is this man? The man who speaks in hands. And who is the friend? What is all of this? We have not seen this one in the game. No, we have not. But we have seen this one. Now, how closely are they related to one another? That is the question. You know, Gasser had nearly an appearance. I saw... If you look at this, the Guardian. Watch this. You just look at it from a distance. That is Gaster. That is Gaster's face. See, if I try some Gaussian blur, look at this. I do that, and then I flip it. Here is Gaster. So clearly, Gaster is very involved throughout the lore, even if he's not here. Which, you know, I'm dying to find more out about that. I don't even know if this is for Lippin Gaster. This is Mystery Man, but it seems, look at this. It seems as though it will be Gaster. But what is his plan? Dr. Wingding Gaster has been established as the third brother. The brother of Sans and Papyrus. I'm joking, he's not. But he could be. Give me a second. You know, I've seen many people I've seen many people. I saw someone once. If you look at Stance of Papyrus's room. Wow, that is small. Stance of Papyrus's room in Undertale. Right? You know, they look weird. Why there's empty space between them. Right? But then, if you were to look at this is between. This is what is between Sans and Papyrus. He's here. Secret room. But if you also look at the egg, oh no. If you would look at this, you see how that is also a small. This means that Gaster is related to Sans and Undertale. No, Sans and Papyrus. They have to be. And this could be their pet. If you remember in Undertale, when Papyrus catches you, he puts you in a cage. Why would he have a cage in his house? A little weird, isn't it? Is to keep their pet inside of the friend. That's one theory. Or, you know, maybe Gaster has nothing to do with these silly brothers. Irrelevant. Oh, irrelevant. They don't matter at all, possibly. And so, you know, that leads me on to my next theory. What if they're not related at all? What if only these two are related? What if these two add up to one? Now, there are multiple ways we could go about this. First of all, if we connect these sprites, this could be some kind of like mech that Gaster is controlling, and he in which he rides this mech around. Because if you look at Gaster's design, there's no legs. So he, as the professional scientist he is, he created this creature with even more legs to help him get around. Or you could also consider the fact maybe it's not that at all. If you put Friend and you put him here on top of Gaster's head, all of a sudden Gaster has dreads. And this could imply a lot of things. As like, for example, like, the implications of this are pretty wild. And honestly, I don't know, but he is very bald, and I think this could mean something. I think it could mean something. But I clearly don't have a script for this. But yeah, I really don't know. I don't know. This Friend thing is so mysterious. Always just lurking around, and it has the colors. Which, you know, maybe if you look at it in a way where let's turn down the opacity on Friend a little bit, right? His eyes, if we overlap them with Gaster's hands, just a little bit like this. You see what I'm getting at? This could imply that Gaster's right hand is yellow, and his left hand is pink. What does this mean? I don't know. I truly, I don't know. I have no idea. But maybe he has some ability like Sans's blue attack and Papyrus's. But he has the yellow hand and the pink hand. And he can do some things. Either way, I think that's all I have to say about these. And I think we will now move on to probably, I'm thinking the next theory, if you don't mind. Which is, who is the Roaring Knight? There's a lot of potential in this one. It could be anyone, really. Is it? Where's the pen? Where's the drawing tool? Here. It could, oh no. See, because this could be a lot of different people. That's too thin. It could be Papyrus. It could be this, the reindeer. The scratch discs are full. This stream is cooked. Well, okay. That's great. That's just great. But yeah, that this is supposed to be this. Newbert Knight. Sorry, I don't really have chat open, but I will look every now and then. You think it could be Newbert? It could be you. I'm not coming up with stuff in my head. Well, that's what theorizing is, right? It's essentially just understanding the concepts of smartness. Dude, I deadass have to, like, I'll empty my recycling bin. Maybe that'll help. Why there's a little space? This is really inconvenient right now. It is super mega inconvenient. That's fine. That's fine. Just give me 1 second, gamers. I will fix this. I will fix it all. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't worry. I'll just move all my video files from God damn it, fuck ass. I hate my computer. Okay. I'll just move them here. That should give me some more space, even if not a lot. And hopefully I can draw this and keep theorizing here. Okay, and there, all better, I hope. Now. Stop! Stop doing this. I hate you, Photoshop. How am I supposed to have my theories if I can't have theories? Oh my god. Recovery information? What are you talking about? Oh no. Don't panic, gamers. Don't panic. Don't panic like me. I just have to delete stuff from my computer. Oh, the timing is horrendous. Never trust Adobe products, everyone. I'll read your comments in the meantime. Welcome to the stream, by the way, everyone who's new here. I really appreciate you coming in. Very interesting thing about the knight animation is whenever it changes shape, you can see it has a sound wave-like form. Really? Now that you say it, that does sound familiar, like a little wiggly woggly, sharp wiggly woggly, right? Something like that. That does sound very familiar. I think I know exactly what you're talking about, actually. Sorry, give me a moment. The reason I'm not looking much at chat is because I'm afraid of spoilers, as I haven't played the new chapter yet. I've not played it at all, actually. Okay. So how are all of your days going? Help. I'm just you know, I'm getting really excited to play Deltarune. Finally, it's been I don't even know how long. I just really want to play at this point. But I have to get my theories out of the way first. That's very important. Now will I be able to draw? Good. Probably not for too long, but here's this. Right? The Roaring Night. And you're saying Soundwave as well, huh? Now who in Undertale or Deltarune is known for sound? Exactly. This Metaton, I don't remember what it looks like. It's Metaton. Now this means I don't remember what Metaton looks like. That it is likely one of these three candidates. And Newbert, of course. I don't remember what Newbert looks like either. He's like this, I think. This is Newbert. So that's what I'm thinking. That it has to be one of these. But what if we go one step further with this? And we could also include... I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay. Oh, this is just like planned. The knight could be our boy. Could be Lance himself. But we have to reach a conclusion here. If we look at Papyrus first, right? Papyrus. What makes him the possible candidate? Well, he's a skeleton. Which means, like with the knight, as you can see, there's practically just a spine here, right? And the hip bone. Right? And it's a tall one, like Papyrus. Very tall. Other than that, well, there's the shoulder pads as well. I'm pretty sure Papyrus has shoulder pads. And I think that is the most convincing argument that the knight could be Papyrus. Plus the fact that Papyrus has not been seen. Where is Papyrus? We don't know. We've heard the distant noise of bones trousling or whatever from Sansa's house. But we haven't seen him. We haven't even heard him. That is why the knight could be Papyrus. Now if we look at this, the older sister of Noel Holiday, December Holiday. Why would it be her? Well, first and foremost, she's just gone. She disappeared. Why? Why is she not here? I don't know. I glance over the chat for 1 second and I see Kevin asking me to do the thug shake. No, Kevin, I will not be doing the thug shake. I am theorizing. I am in the zone. This is very, very, very important. I do not have time for such things. Don't be ridiculous. Anyways, December holiday. Not there, very absent. If you look at the knight's hands, there are holes. Who else has holes in their hands? Exactly. Jesus. On the cross. December holiday? When you think of a December holiday, what holiday do you think of? You think of Christmas. I mean, it's literally screaming it at our faces with the holes in the hands. This is Christ. And Christ was a knight. A roaring knight. Back in the day. I mean, it's all coming together, right? That, and the fact that the knight and Carol, her mother, seems to be working together. Alongside Chris. Who knows, ask her to? I don't know. I have no idea. But that's what it looks like to me. So, that is where I'll leave it at with this. So, there's that. And Metaton. Metaton, we have seen Metaton. We have talked to Metaton, seemingly, at his house a few times in hometown, without ever seeing him. We can assume it's Metaton because he talks with a lot of glamour, whoever's in that house, and it seems to be a ghost, just like Metaton. And we haven't seen Metaton. But like, if you look at Metaton and the way he would always pose around Undertale, I mean, look at this striking pose that the knight has in this image, the standard pose. I mean, come on. Like, if you look at this character, why wouldn't this character go, oh yeah, and then brum, 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 and then, you know, surely you see what I'm getting at with this. That is why it could be Metaton. I don't have a lot of other evidence. Oh, when I was talking about this, I forgot about the huge antlers on top of the knight's head. As for Newbert, I just think that is the most likely candidate, to be honest. Lancer. We've never seen Lancer and the knight in the same room, now have you? I cannot remember having seen them in the same room. And Lancer, he is very goofy. Look at the knight's smile. You see that, right? And you see how Lancer is always smiling? Look here. I have some convincing evidence for you, okay? We look at this specific image of Lancer. You know, it's seemingly just a joke, but I don't think it is. I think there's more to it than that. If you look at the way Lancer smiles compared to the knight, I mean, it lines up perfectly. Whenever Lancer does his face, is Lancer accidentally slipping up, almost revealing his true identity. Almost revealing that he is the dreaded Roaring Knight. If you look at his topped head, it fits perfectly between these antlers as well. Like a sharp nut head. Look, if we just take the smile itself. Oh, oops. The smile itself. Oh. It wasn't supposed to look like that. Wait, give me a second. If we just take the smile. I mean, yeah, right? Like, come on. This, like, as you can tell, it fits perfectly on top of the knight's face. I think there's a very big chance There could be. But until we play, we will not know. That's the fun of the mystery, right? At least in my opinion. So yes, I think it is likely to be Lancer. With all the swooning, it could also be Chris, honestly. You know, Chris could use some like mirror ability. That's what we see in the fight against the Roaring Knight. It could just be a huge mirror. The knight that we saw, that was just like Chris. And that's why the attacks came from our team's side and still knocked out our characters. It's likely due to that. Because it's just a mirror. And Chris tricks Ralsei and Susie. Anyways, I think it is time for our next theory. If you don't mind. Conclusion is, it's most likely Newbert. And if it's not Newbert, it's looking a lot like it will be Lancer. Now, as you all remember, the ending to chapter 4, Sans and Toriel were just dancing while the kids were out at night. Terrifying, scary scenario. Who would ever let their kids be out at night and not really give a shit? And, you know, Susie was sad and left, and Sans just shut down the whole idea of comforting her or whatever, or going after her to check if she's alright. Now, Sans, why would you do this? You are supposed to be the cool guy. You're supposed to be cool. Are you just too cool for things like that? Is that it? No, I don't think so. I think in the start of chapter 5, this could go one of two ways, alright? Either Sans, he loves to live in the moment, right? We all know this. And so he's thinking, well, Susie's already gone. Let's not ruin the fun. Let's just keep having fun. Sigma, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, truly. I thank you for coming, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you. And Stefan Utsu, it's sponsored by Nike Theory. That is also... See, because that adds an entirely new layer. I'll have to think about that one before I start talking about it. But yeah, you know, he's just like, oh no, we're already dancing. Like, she's gone, so let's just keep dancing and have fun and get drunk. Blah blah blah. That would be a complete a-hole move. But it could also that could just be the whole thing. Or when I open chapter 5 later today, and I start playing, Sans, you know, Chris, I will wake up. Well, actually, the ending of chapter 4, Chris was like about to crawl out the window, right? But for this theory, I'm gonna assume that Chris went back to sleep because Chris was very sleepy. It was a long night at the church. And if that is the case, then I think we will wake up. When I open the game, when I start a new chapter, I think, without having played it, I think it will open with, like, it'll start with me opening my eyes, slowly, blinking, right? And at the edge of my bed, Sans is standing here. And he's saying, "Hey kid, good morning. You've been knocked out for many hours now, huh?" And, you know, it'll be really hot and stuff, like, he's attractive. I'll blush some. Then he'll move away from the bed a little bit, and he'll be like, "Kid, you've gotten a bunch of rest now, and we need to get going immediately. The reason I just let Susie go last night is because I have my brother Papyrus out there, and he led her to a safe space. We are currently in danger, but Susie is safe. And now we need to go, because we need to stop the Roaring Knight from attending the festival. Because You know? So essentially, I think that is what it could be. I think Sans is not being an asshole. I think he has a reason. He's doing it to protect Chris and to protect Susie. Or possibly even he's just you know, okay, maybe Papyrus isn't out there taking care of Susie, but there has to be a reason behind it. I think Sans is doing this to help everyone. I think we'll get back to this one because I'll get back to this theory later. Okay, number 4. Yeah, keep that in mind because I kind of forgot what I was going to say. I'm not gonna lie. Next theory. Susie Undertale. If we look at Undertale, we can talk to this one character who says the following. I'm visiting waterfall from the city. Synchronicity? What the hell is he saying? Synchronicity. Synchronicity. It's like synchronize and city in one. Synchronicity. Synchronicity. Look, even this character doesn't even know what that means. Like with the question mark. What did I just say? Anyways. My neighbor, daughter, looks about your age. Her name is Susie. I feel like you two should be friends. You have a neighbor's blessing. And that in itself is kind of mysterious. There's a Susie in Undertale, spelled differently, and the age of Frisk, who is like, how old is Frisk even? Like 5 or 6? 6, 7? 6, 7. Oh, that's an Undertale for you. I don't even, never mind. But who could Susie be? What is Susie in Undertale? What kind of monster is Susie? Is Susie a dinosaur thing in Undertale as well? Or is Susie something completely different? Is Susie a clamshell? No, I don't think so. Because it's not this one's daughter, it's their neighbor's daughter. So, yes, I don't know. I just had to point it out because maybe Susie is an Undertale. It's just an interesting thing or something. And we could be friends. Does Frisk have any friends? Yes, but does Frisk have any friends their age? No. So I think in the Undertale canon, I think Frisk will meet Susie, and it will be like a perfect mirroring of Deltarune and the way Chris and Susie are friends. Frisk and Susie will be friends, and it will be what next theory. What is Ralsei? Now we don't know what Ralsei is. Ralsei could be a lot of things. Ralsei could be like a manual, seeing how he has so much information about everything. He could be a goat. Could be a little goat toy or something. Maybe Ralsei is the Polaroid picture that Chris has of Asriel in their pocket, just while walking around. Let me find a picture here to visualize it for you better. So, you know, Chris has a little picture of Asriel, their brother, who they love, while he is at college, and just has that picture in their, you know, back pocket while they're walking around. Can always look at their brother if they ever wish so, while walking around just ends up in a dark world. Oh no! And then it's not just a picture anymore. It is Rousey. So yes, that's what I think. I think Rousey could be just like a picture. Maybe that would be a little boring. Maybe Rousey could also be like a physical copy of Goat Simulator. I feel like Chris would play Goat Simulator. This is really weird. And Goat Simulator is very weird. Maybe Chris also has like... We haven't seen Chris's eyes properly. Maybe Chris has an eyebrow piercing. And the eyebrow piercing has a goat. It's shaped like a goat or a goat horn. But I who knows? Maybe Chris is too young for a piercing. Maybe Chris has earrings. One on each side, and they're the pink horns. Susie could be friends with Frisk, you say? Oh, friend. Oh my goodness. See, that just gave me chills. That just gave me chills. Wait. I need to have a more practical way to have a chat open if I ever need to look. Okay. Oh, wait. Guys. Everyone. This just in. Apparently, supposedly, according to Stefanutsu in my chat, at home in chapter 1, there's a drawer with a green crayon missing, but there's a suspiciously green cactus right next to it. Wow. That. But, so, Rousey is a cactus. No, Rousey's not a cactus. Rousey is a crayon. Crayola. Huh. But a nearly used up Crayola crayon. Because Chris crayoned the cactus. Interesting. At least we have come with some thoughts now as to what where else it could be. You know, still don't know. Next theory. Is this image real? I saw this image, and supposedly it's rumored to be a leak from the final chapter, or chapter 6 or 7, I think. And it just gave me chills down my spine. There's not, you know, it looks legit. You know, you can see it's a bit blurry, as if someone took a picture of their computer screen while, you know, one of the developers. That is what it looks like to me. Looks like someone took a picture of their screen. And, you know, there's nothing here that looks out of place. You can see, as you can see, Chris has a sprite here. They've never had a sprite before, but this looks like it would be a legit sprite. For the text box, black and white, just like Lightner's. And yeah, I mean, they're being for real. They know a lot about this little child and the danger of them. And you know, Chris would know stuff like that. You know, it's truly no joke. This Frisk entity, because Chris seems to know a lot behind the curtains. I don't know exactly what, but you know, Chris is suspicious in a lot of ways, and silly, but also very serious. I think this could potentially be real. Anyways, next theory. Muffet. Where is this cute little spider? This spider is nowhere to be seen or heard of. Is there even a reference to a spider in all of Deltarune? I don't know. But where is Muffet? I mean, it's just sad. I mean, it's one of the more iconic Undertale designs, and she's just absent. What? It's nonsensical. So where would a spider be? Speaking from my personal experience, spiders, they enjoy being in homes, in houses, and in forests. Hometown has a lot of trees. She could be amongst those trees, just hiding in the trees. But she's not a regular spider. She's a monster spider. So she's not like a wild animal. She wouldn't live in the trees. Now, would she live in the houses? No, because nearly all humans who find spiders in a house, they just kill them. Brutal stuff. If I was Muffet, I wouldn't feel safe in the house, knowing I was a spider monster. I would be afraid of getting squished in my own house if someone were to find me there. So I think Muffet might be in the bunker. That's right. That is safe. There's no one in the bunker. Not only is the bunker in the middle of the forest, a very cozy, nice, maybe probably a little bit humid place. A spider would love it. And, it's far away from humans. Well, I guess there's only one human, but other creatures who just kill spiders. It's safe, it's overgrown. It's a perfect environment for Muffet to be. And this also leads into the question, could Muffet be the knight? Because Muffet has had enough of just the constant threats of all creatures wanting to squish her and all her little friends. In Undertale, you see, while she's a monster, in Undertale, she has a ton. She has like an army of spiders, a tiny, normal spiders. There is no doubt in my mind that all the monsters, nearly all the monsters in Deltarune, just fear spiders. And they would squish spiders. There is no place safe for all those spiders. And if Muffet lived in a regular house, there would be pest control. A lot of people would be arguing that someone needs to get rid of all the spiders in the house because they don't know that they are Muffet's little lovely spiders, and they're just in danger. It's not safe for them. But in the vault, they're safe. In the bunker, they would be safe because there's no one there. It's overgrown. It's a good spider environment with trees all around. Insects, probably. And what motivation would the Muffet have for being the knight? Well, the Muffet, the little cute Muffet, why would she remain cute little Muffet if, she's getting threatened all the time and all her little minion friends are getting threatened? If I was Muffet and everyone wanted to squish my friends and kill them, I would be motivated to take revenge and unleash the roaring on the world. Just so everyone else gets to feel what it's like to be that little spider. With the titans roaming around and just killing everyone, stomping on everyone, swishing everyone. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Everyone, all the regular monsters who would squish a spider are now the ones getting squished by large, enormous, gigantic beings. I think Muffet is the knight. And that's why we haven't seen her. And she's in the bunker. She's also very fast when she was running in chapter 3, the ending. She was running through here, and we couldn't keep up. She has 8 limbs to run with. No wonder she's fast. And we couldn't, and she outrun us. That's it for this theory, I think. But yes. I guess we should go on to the next theory now. There's not many theories left that I have. Pirate Gaster? What? Well, is Gaster pirate? That would be really cool. I mean, that could also lean into this theory again with putting a friend on top of Gaster's head. It looks kind of like a pirate hat. You're right. I think you're onto something, commenter. Don't look. Oh my god, spoiling. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's it for my Muppet theory. Now, what is wrong with Noelle? This is sort of related to the last theory. Why is she so afraid of mice? Doesn't that seem kind of like wrong? She's a deer. Are there no mouse monsters? Isn't that a little uncalled for it to be that genuinely terrified of another animal species when you are an animal as well? I don't know. It just never stuck right with me. It's it just seems wrong. Anyways, next theory. The place where it rained. So in Undertale, it's raining somewhere else. Where's it raining? Well, as we found out in chapter 4, it's raining. This is the place where it rained. But what sort of implications does that have? I mean, does that mean Sans is from Deltarune? And he is now in the Undertale universe, talking about that other place where it rained? I mean, he's not talking about the place where it rained, but you know, it lines up. You know, if he is the one who was here in Deltarune, where the place where it rained, he in Undertale would remember that it was raining somewhere else. But it wasn't here, but it was somewhere else. Yeah, so I think it has to mean that Sans, I don't know, there's something really weird. Sans is in both Deltarune and Undertale, but he's just, I don't know what the connection is, but I think he might have dipped his little skeletos into both places in some way or form. Though I don't really understand how or why. But that's what I'm thinking. It's raining somewhere else. And it was also raining the night where he was with Toriel and, you know, just in general, very involved in the community of the place where she lived, the hometown. Yeah, I think it's something like that. I think we should move on to the next theory. Which involves the Forgotten Man. What the hell is this guy talking about? If we want to meet him again, he has to tell us our schedule. On Thursday, I go to sell the donuts. You're selling donuts? Okay. On Friday, I toss the leftovers in the dumpster. What? On Saturday, I let it cool on the windowsill. What do you let cool on the windowsill? On Sunday, I harvest the wheat. What does that mean? Hold your breath. Head to the left and count backwards to 100. Has this already happened? Like this might be some stuff that already happened in Deltarune chapter 4. I don't remember if that is the case. But to me, this makes no sense. I don't know what this Forgotten Man is talking about. The schedule. I sell the donuts. Does he make donuts? That would make sense if he makes donuts. He has a lot of eggs. You need eggs to make donuts, I think. To make good donuts, probably. On Friday, I toss the leftovers in the dumpster. The dumpster Spamton. Spamter lives in the Do that. I can't even talk. Spamton lives in the dumpster. Okay. So, let me just make a little roadmap here, okay? Look, we take... Okay. Spamton, you belong here with the dumpster. You know, backboards, that is very interesting. I don't remember exactly that. I don't remember Chris seemingly unliking Rousey all that much, but that's very sad if so, but that's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. There's a bake sale in chapter 1, so that means you missed the Forgotten Man selling donuts there. Oh, you're right. That... Okay, but why was he hiding behind the tree then? Was he shy? Was his sale forgotten? Mysterious. Does that mean chapter 1 this Thursday? Let it cool on the window still. See, because that is what I'm not completely getting. I mean, window. What window still could be relevant? I mean, in chapter 4, there's the huge windows in the church, but I don't think they would be important. In the house, you know, Chris wants to crawl out of the window. But no, there's just something really weird here, gamers. Harvest the wheat. Harvest. This implies that harvest, the stand, has something to do with the lore of the Forgotten Man. Okay, I'm joking. That's stupid. It's just stupid. But yeah, so if he makes donuts and he grows them on trees, Spamton isn't tall enough to pick the pies, the donuts from the trees. So does that mean Ralsei used the stool form to help Spamton reach? Oh, oops. If that is so, it might be possible that Spamton and Ralsei are involved with the Forgotten Man. If Spamton is from the dumpster and he harvests the wheat, but he can't reach the wheat without the stool form of Ralsei. What do these two have in common? Well, they're both pink and yellow. Yeah, yeah. Next theory. This is my last theory of the day, and I cannot wrap my head around this. In chapter 1, we see this shady character at the top of a thing with eyes, 4 teeth, and he attacks us, or she, or they, and we don't know who it is. It's a shadow. Who could it be? I mean, it has the potential to be anyone. It is very strange, and we never get to see their shadow revealed. Now, I have brought out a lot of candidates for who could be here, and I can't seem to figure it out. See, if we look at Flowey, we can try Flowey. No, doesn't fit at all. Can't be Flowey. No, it can't be Flowey. It doesn't fit. See, if we take Napstablook, oh shit. Sorry, my language, my profanity. Taking naps to block. No, still not a good fit. It doesn't match up. It does not line up. Toriel, we know it's not Toriel because Toriel was teaching at school. And again, doesn't line up. It's this way for most of the characters, where they don't line up. The Alphys is nearly there, but Alphys has multiple sharp points at the top. Not just one. Which we can see it's not that far off, but it's just not. I don't think it's Alphys. If we look at Sans, it sort of resembles Sans in like the body shape. I think. They both have that rounded look to them. But again, Sans doesn't have that point. If we look at the Roaring Knight has a point right here at the edge of their face. If Sans is the Roaring Knight and just looking up right here, then that would make sense. If Sans could be the Roaring Knight, and so this could be Sans also being evil Roaring Knight. I don't think that is it personally. It would be a bit anticlimactic, but we never know. Asriel, I also thought about Asriel from Undertale. If he uses 7 human souls to get into the Dark World. Oh. To get into the Dark World of Deltarune. It could. Oh. It's not that far off. It's really not that far off. I don't know. I think it's more likely that it's Asriel than a lot of other characters. Could it be Toby, the annoying dog? No, it could not be that annoying dog. As you can see, it just does not line up at all. So there's no chance. There's no chance. It's really strange. I need someone to tell me who all the characters in Deltarune Chapter 1 are. All the main characters that you can think of. Please enlighten me. Give me the names of them. I need this to be able to perceive this. In the meantime, let me just line up Gaster as well. I don't think it's Gaster. Stop doing that. What are you doing? It really can't be. Could be behind it all. Gaster could be the pillar in which this character is standing on. That's about it though, I think. Very, very interesting. Right now I'm just thinking because I still cannot reach a result. Give me one moment. I am collecting the characters here. So, we in Chapter 1, as of this happening, these are our characters. Oh, that is horrible. Get small, get small. Oh, stop. Oh, wrong thing, sorry. These are our characters. Right? So which one of these could it be? I'm trying to move you, Gasty. So, let's cross off the list here, okay? Could it be Chris? No. We are playing as Chris. We can see Chris. And we can tell that it is not Chris because Chris is on screen and it's not Chris. Susie. Could it be Susie? No. Ralsei? No. All of these three, they are present and we can... Well, maybe not... Yes, I think Ralsei is also. But either way, it's not Ralsei because Ralsei is not evil. So we can cross these off immediately. Lancer... I don't know where Lancer was at this point. It could be Lancer. Let's not leave Lancer out of the question just yet. King, he is ginormous. No. Minor / supporting. I don't think it is that guy. I don't think it could be. Stefan Nutsu is saying Peter, Lois, Brian, Megan, Chris. Oh, that's very interesting because that would also mean there's more humans in this world other than Chris. I don't think I'm ready for that conversation yet, unfortunately. Jevil was locked up. It cannot have been Jevil. Rules card could have been a rules card on his knees right here. I mean, this is clearly an evil, dark entity who's preying on the weak ones to eliminate them. Just like rules card would. Clover and Sham. So, Clover has 3 heads. There is 1, 2, 3 heads potentially here. But I still think it's too small. Now, could it be rules card? He is known to teleport. He could teleport all the way up here. He could get up here. Something just tells me it couldn't be him. Gamers. It's all coming to me. It's all coming to me. Right now. I understand it. Gamers, listen up. Listen up. This could just be... I know who this is. There's one character in this chapter who has a vehicle in which they could travel up here. Effortlessly. A bike. This character also is very strong, very powerful. There's no character who could pose such a threat to us at the beginning of the game as this character. There is no character in this game who's able to pose in such a strong, confident, incredible way, such as this. The leg spread, the arm up, all that while shooting attacks at you. Defenseless, nothing you can do. Powerful, who's smart like that? Who's smart enough to get the high ground to shoot at you so you can't do anything? Gamers, the answer is Lancer. The true antagonist, the knight in Deltarune. It is Lancer. Shooting attacks at us. Betraying us. Evil malice. The character who was here attacking us. It was Lancer. All along, it was Lancer. And that is my theory as to who was on top of this hill. Trying to eliminate us. And as for how he gets down from this tall pillar, come on. He doesn't have his bike anymore, obviously. But he digs. That is Lancer's entire thing. He digs. He dug. He will just dig his way down here. From here. And get down safely. He is truly a genius character. I mean, come on. This character, he has the smarts of... I can't even find a good comparison. He's just different. And yes, that is my final theory. until before I play chapter 5. That is all that I had. And so the question is, what is to come in chapter 5? What can I expect? I'm not expecting an answer to all of my theories to see if they are right or not. Not at all. But what am I expecting? Well, first and foremost, I think I can expect to see some more Asgore based on what Garrison had to say with all the flowers and all that. Hoping to see some of that for sure. I really don't have any expectations. I just know that I will love it either way. I'm curious if we will get to see the festival. Is this the day of the festival, chapter 5? I'm not sure. It might be. And if so, I'm very excited to see that. Carol, I'm still scared of her. If Water Cooler comes back, I'll stop playing. But yeah, that I don't have much expectations. I have high expectations, but I don't expect anything specific. And I think that'll do it for this stream. I will play chapter 5 in about 2 or 3 hours, I think. If anyone wants to come watch that. I have now at least given my thoughts as to what I think all of this means. I don't know if you agree with any of what I said, but those are my thoughts. And I appreciate you joining me for them. And we will see if I'm right when I get to playing. And I appreciate you watching and coming with your own ideas and theories. World Cup in a quarter. How fun is that? 15 minutes. Yeah. Anyways, Deltarune new stream coming today, where I will start chapter 5. I've said that 5 times already. 5 times 5 is 25. Does that mean? No, I'm not. I'm gonna stop theorizing. Yeah. Goodbye, gamers. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you later for Deltarune chapter 5. Yeah. Goodbye.